We're talking today about how exercise will benefit your anxiety. Now, anxiety affects a lot of people, and especially I work with young people, people anywhere from 18 to 25, who have a lot of anxiety because more than ever, people are trying to live up to certain expectations because they either get online or they're trying to live up to like a false image on Instagram or on TikTok or whatever. And what they don't know that a lot of things are being staged. So a lot of people, they're not really that famous. It's just they chose somebody, they're multi-marketing them, they're putting a lot of money into their accounts, and that's not going to go well for you, so you don't get as many likes or whatever. That can lead to anxiety for the youth, for the older people. Maybe they didn't accomplish what they wanted to accomplish, and so you have a lot of things. So whatever the case, anxiety may be, exercise can help with the anxiety. So first and foremost, motion, like I have up there, number one, motion relieves tension. So if you have a lot of tension and you have trouble going to sleep for whatever reason, going out for a walk is really good. As your muscles start moving, you're going to relieve the tension in the muscles. Another thing too, as you exercise, say if you do heavy weightlifting, you're doing curls or you're doing chest presses or whatever, that constant tensing up, loosening up, tensing up, loosening up, is constantly going to help you release also that tension that you have in your muscles, and that's just going to help you feel a little bit better. If you have more tension, then maybe you can try some light sprints, maybe some 10 yards or 10-meter sprints. Sprint, recover for about 60 seconds, sprint again. Sprinting really helps if you have higher anxiety, like this, really having trouble sleeping. For whatever reason, sprinting helps with this type of anxiety. So those are two things. Also, lifting weights. Sometimes people don't want to go to the gym if they have a lot of tension or stuff like this. So what you can do is you can lift weights. You can buy some small weights, lift at a park, lift at the beach, lift at your home. Some type of exercise is going to help with that. Again, motion relieves tension, right? So that's number one. Just want to let you know, get the body moving. As you get the body moving, another thing too, according to the Harvard.edu, exercise acts like a distraction. So if you have a lot of anxiety and you're constantly focusing, the more you focus on the anxiety, the more the problem grows. So the more you focus on something, the more it grows, whether it be good or bad. So focus on the good, and then little by little, the bad starts going down. But in the meantime, kind of get going, all right? And number two, once you increase your heart rate, like with cardio or anything, once you increase that heart rate, you're going to produce neurochemicals, all right, neurotransmitters. That's going to be the bulk of this lecture right here. So stay tuned. If you know anybody who has got anxiety, you're going through anxiety. All right, number one, you have GABA. What does GABA do? GABA calms you down. Yeah, if you're really hyper and your brain is like you just can't keep going, you can't focus, you're taking tests at school or whatever, GABA, like say you had a test at 6 p.m. in the evening, go for a nice walk in the afternoon, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes, whatever you can do, right? And that's going to calm your brain down. It's going to help you focus. Also, GABA, it calms the central nervous system. So things won't agitate you as much as well. Another thing too, it lowers adrenaline. You ever feel like you had a panic attack and your heart's pounding, or you just have a lot of anxiety? When GABA is present, it's gonna be counteract that adrenaline. So that's gonna really help you with the GABA. Another thing you have BDNF, another neurochemical produced by exercise. This helps with learning, being focused. It also helps with your cells to not be killed off as fast for the survival. It also helps against things like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's in the future. So exercise will promote these two neurochemicals. Another thing that it produces a lot is serotonin. This is going to boost your mood. It's going to help enhance sleep. If you're somebody who has trouble sleeping, and it's like a vicious cycle. The less you sleep, the more anxiety you have. The more anxiety you have, the more depression you have, and it just starts, but once you start exercising, you can start combating these things, right? Another thing that serotonin does, it helps your bone health. People start looking sick with a lot of anxiety. Anxiety can make you sick. The reason is it is making you sick. And so it's kind of depleting your muscle mass. It's also depleting your bone mass. So what it can happen is that you start working out, you start producing more of these chemicals. You're gonna get a lot of help with this. All right. The last one is endocannabinoids. That's right. You heard it right. Endocannabinoids, something from within your body. You do have cannabinoids. Your body produces cannabinoids. The best feeling you can have, if you ever had a runner's high after a mile or two, you're not really focused on anything no more. You have that runner's high and you can have your second wind. those are your endocannabinoids kicking in, and the endocannabinoids will help regulate your metabolism. They're also going to help regulate sleep and mood. All right, so that's why some people use certain substances that have endocannabinoids in them because it kind of help with the anxiety, right? Another thing it can do also, these neurotransmitters and neurochemicals, they can help with your performance. So again, if you're taking a test at school, you're going through the university. I know when I got my bachelor's, there were some tests with like 500 people, 600 people, 700 people in a classroom. You can't concentrate. You're like squished in, and it feels like you can't move. What if you pass out? What if this? What if that? You have all the what ifs. By exercising beforehand, you can help more concentrate on your test. And studies have shown that the less stress that you have, the better you can perform, whether it's at test, whether it's at school, anything you're doing, whether it's driving, because more than ever, there's a lot of accidents because anxiety. When you have anxiety, you really can't have rational thoughts. You're not using this part of the brain. And that's another thing exercise can help you do. Use this part of the brain, the rational part of the brain, the part that you're going to concentrate on, right? And number 3, if you get panic when your heart starts if you get panic when your heart starts pounding for no reason, well, if you start sprinting, if you start running, you get used to your heart pounding, you get used to your body sweating, you get used to your body shaking a little bit. The more you do that, the more you're going to be able to adapt. You're going to be able to adapt right here because you're used to it. So if you ever go through like an attack and be like, I've had this before, nothing's going to happen. I do this when I exercise. My heart pounds when I exercise, so I'll be all right, And this is what I tell a lot of people that I train. They get a little panicky. My heart's beating. You think it's going to beat too fast? You think it's beat out of my chest? No. Are you dizzy? No. Can you breathe? Okay. Do you have severe pain, 1 to 10 in your chest, whatever? And if the answer is no, 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 then pretty much it's probably just panic anxiety, which for the most part is just harmless. Unless, of course, you have an underlying condition. So before you start exercising, whether it would be with me or with anybody, you got to check with your doctor. Because I'm not a doctor, I'm just a trainer, right? So, but for the most part, exercise will help. Mostly everybody will benefit from the exercise. So this will help you not lose control in a time where you're kind of panicking. And so this is just like a quick lesson. I'm trying to do quick lessons twice a week or more frequently with live videos. If you like the video, All right, we're back. Sorry for the delay. Anyhow, the end of the video already. If you stayed tuned and you watched, I thank you very much. Again, if you can subscribe, hit the subscribe, hit the bell, give me the thumbs up, leave a positive comment. If you have a negative comment, don't leave it. I'm going to read it. So that's about it. So this is how exercise helps with anxiety. Hope you like it. If you want more, you can visit gf7fit.com, gf7fit.com. I'm going to put a link in the description. Read the description. Thank you again. And the next live video will probably be on a Thursday or on a Friday. All right. So have a good Monday.